Hello, everyone, and welcome. I had originally started doing a series for this game kind of without commentary, and I realized that it really doesn't work. I mean, it's a wonderful game and everything, but it gets watching someone else play without having them explain everything. It's wandering one place to another, and I don't think it's very engaging as content goes. So we are trying this again. This is the Long Dark, and we're going to kind of just keep it nice and simple with this thing. We're going to go with Voyageur, which I know many people prefer Stalker or Interloper or Misery even. But I kind of want to do just a really calm start point. I mean, if you're a hardcore player of this game, this is probably not going to be one of those videos where you're, these series where you're like really into it and you can't wait for the next one. There are loads of other streamers who do videos that are way better than mine for that. They're better players than I am. They're out there, and I highly recommend hunting other people down. But to send you away from my channel. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was saying this is going to be a series that's kind of more geared just towards the calm elements, or if you're interested in the game but you're not quite sure if you want to get it. This is just kind of more chill. We're going to do it simple. It's on Voyageur. We're even going to just keep it so we're going to start in Mountain Town, which feels really cheaty. But it's just, we're going to be calm and we're going to enjoy as much as we can. I mean, there will be mistakes, and I'm sure I will still end up getting mauled at some point for everyone's entertainment without even trying. That being said, I do make use of a carry weight mod, which allows me to carry way more than I actually should, because I find it really stressful to have to constantly keep track of my inventory. So it's not a vanilla experience either. This is a much more easygoing thing, but we are going to keep the Cougar enabled. I'm not a big fan of the Cougar because I haven't played with it enough. But the only way to learn in this game is to do. So it's going to be a relaxing time, but eventually there's going to be this big cat that gets activated, which is fine. I'm gonna learn how to do it one way or the other. I mean, the run may end with me getting severely mauled by a large cat, but this is the Long Dark. It will get you eventually. We're going to keep Scurvy on because that sounds bad. And we're going to have the Trader because there's a whole other quest line there. So we're just going to have a really nice time with this. I actually am just going to call it Cozy Survival, which really it's not that cozy. You will see, even on Voyageur, the game has bite. I mean, it's not Misery level bite, which I've played Misery, and there might be a time where we do a series that is Misery or any of the other difficulties. But for right now, at this moment, I just felt it just seemed like a good idea to start easy and enjoy from there, and which is originally what I was thinking about doing with the other series, but it's just not as engaging without the conversation going on, which kind of is probably way more babbling than necessary. But I guess you've clicked on it and you haven't clicked off this video yet, so it must not be tormenting you too bad. We've started really, really close to Paradise Meadow. Voyageur gives us a 24-hour window before aggressive wildlife kicks in, which means at the moment there are no bears or wolves in the active. It's the middle of the day. I mean, that doesn't mean that, there are still moose around and they have no problem attacking you, but we're being spared from wolves and bears at the moment. And the Cougar doesn't activate on Voyageur, I think, until day 40 or 50, somewhere around in there. I don't actually remember. I'd have to look at the chart, and I don't remember. But we've got quite a while to get going and get prepared and get what we need before we have to worry about a big cat. which I'm okay with that. I mean, it's when it's active, it's going to be active, and we're going to hunt one or several. Sometimes they end up in bad locations. Like, I still think the one that's actually for this region, Mountain Town, is in a bad spot because the cat will get angry at you and threaten you for standing on the front porch of this house. And it kind of makes this a not so great base option with the cat active, but that's okay. We're gonna just loot everything we can get our hands on at the moment. I used to kind of enjoy this as a base option. I want to walk in here real quick and just kind of see what's in here. Actually, sometimes there's a candy bar on the floor, but no luck today. But more than likely, since we're going to be dealing with aggressive wildlife, I tend to favor the camp office in Mystery Lake, pretty much like everyone else who plays this game on higher difficulty. That everybody just favors Mystery Lake because the weather is really it's warmer than other areas, and you have access to fish and stuff. Which, I mean, coastal highway's also not that bad, but I find that the only decent area to kind of make a base, and have an indoor fire is the garage, and it's just, there's always so many wolves, and you have a chance of having a bear there, and it's just a pain, at least to me. I know other players might really enjoy that and not find it to be a pain, but for me it's a pain. I'm just collecting. I don't know. I was just like, oh, I saw those mushrooms and got distracted and felt the need to collect them. Okay, now we're going to go in the house. And we'll grab what we can. And we're going to go to Grey Mother's house in town after that. I'm not really planning on doing a really in-depth loot of this region right now. We're going to come back more than likely once we have better supplies. I mean, at the moment we don't have any weapons or means to defend ourselves. I think we probably have a flare. We usually start with a flare. What am I looking for? A light source. We don't even have any flares. So, I mean, we have that window. It's going to spare us that. But I prefer to get a bow. And just things like that, and it's just not realistic, which I actually forgot what reason why I usually start in this region. I got distracted. Okay, never mind, disregard everything I have just said. What we are actually going to do is we're going to come back. What I wanted to do, and I got distracted by talking. This game is really a challenge for me to talk and play correctly at the same time. I'm actually not this bad of a player, honest. I mean, I'm not. Oh, there's a rope there. I'm gonna set that there so I can see it later. I don't claim to be the best player of this game ever in existence. I mean, there are legends out there, and I'm not one of them. But it's like trying to talk and remember what I'm doing at the same time. It's like I'm so used to, the quiet apocalypse. I mean, it's in silence, and you do your thing. But what we're going to do is we are going to pop up this way. We need to actually see if the prepper bunker has anything in it this run. Sometimes it's empty, sometimes it's not. But we can get away with going this way. Later, when the cougar is active, this is actually their territory. So we won't be able to walk through here anymore. I mean, unless we want to take on the cat. Which is a possibility. I've done it before. But I've also died from them before. I just really haven't put in the effort in learning them. I know other players have. I think there's whole videos dedicated to it. But I still find in many cases doing is how you learn in this game. I mean, you can see like, oh, there's this trick or that trick or whatever, but it's almost like a muscle memory that you have to learn it so you know how to handle it, because just watching someone else doesn't always work with this game. So yeah, what we're doing is a little chaotic because I just forgot what I was originally planning. The reason why we're going to go to the prepper bunker first is because when they did the wildlife reset, whenever that was, the bear that's around this bridge actually takes a different path now. And you can run into it, because before it used to, I'll show you when we get to the bridge. But if we go to the bridge early before the bear is there, we don't actually have to worry about it. It's not there yet. So we can kind of just do a loop-de-doodle and get around the bear. But now, like since the refresh, it can walk kind of where you need to go. And this is just a way around it. I mean, otherwise we'd have to wait to do it, which, I mean, we may be making this journey entirely wasted, because it might be empty. It might be an empty bunker. But you don't know until you get there. It would be really nice if we got the hunter's bunker, which I don't really know what the actual official name for that is. I call it the hunter's bunker because it's got like usually a rifle and a bow and some skin, some hides, and just, things you would expect from a hunter, I think. It should also have actually the hunter's revolver in there, and wouldn't say no to that. But we could also be making this journey entirely in vain, and there's absolutely nothing here. At least we did manage to get a pry bar at Paradise Meadow, and we can open up the trunks on the vehicles that are on the bridge, and we can just kind of cool our jets when it comes to coming back this way, and we can deal with the bear when we want to. Because it's one of those bears, I mean, it's just the way it travels now can be a little bit of a problem. Many of the other ones you can avoid, and this one you used to be able to, but I think they just added some challenge to it and making it walk a different way now. Just go really quickly over here. I always pick up feathers when I see them. We'll need them for arrows. Pick up this wood. We got a stem. That's a pretty good find. I am not wearing any gloves. I didn't actually think to check that. Yeah, what? Okay, I'm wearing a hat but no gloves. Alright. Risking frostbite here. Eventually. It's starting to cool down a little more. Maybe we can find some gloves. Well, we don't have too far to travel, so we should be okay. Oh, we got a bedroll, which would be a big deal on any other difficulty. Okay, we got another hat. Soda. I always lift the hoods on vehicles I've already fully looted, so I know it at a glance. It's just my own personal system. It's not required, it just helps me visualize things. It's kind of like marking off what I've already searched in random corpses. But yeah, we're coming up on the bridge. And there's a bear that lives at the other end in a cave. And they used to walk this way. And they'd walk around this way and kind of go a circle. And now they go further down the other way, and they're actually going to walk where we're going to walk where they usually walk. We're not going to loot every last thing through here because there's another vehicle actually down there. Actually, it might be on this side, but either way, it's under the bridge. But anyway, we'll still have an excuse to come back this way at some point. We may hunt a bear. Hunt the bear. Might be a thing, or we just kind of go for every bear on the game, every bear in the map. I don't know. But we'll be setting goals and stuff at some point. It's just right now I'm trying to use as much time as I can wisely while we have this break. Because at the moment, we don't have any means to defend ourselves. Don't even have a flare. We haven't picked up a flare. I mean, what are the odds of not finding a flare yet? Oh, some gloves, yes. Oh, and a scrawled message. Which just marks the one rope down. I don't remember which. I think I want to say that's the one by that we were really near Paradise metaphorically. I'd have to look at the map and pay better attention. Which the map is something else we will fill in time when we have means to defend ourselves. It's just I don't want to dilly-dally too much with things the way they are. It's actually a car battery there. It's like the first vehicle to have one. Which we shouldn't be short on batteries. I mean, I think the trader, they did a little tweaking with the trader, and he takes fewer batteries than he used to for certain items, usually the recipe cards. But we should have enough, and I always forget I can't walk that way. We're getting cold. Should put those gloves on. Okay, we got some matches and a flare. Bullet. What are those called? It's not a flare shell. That's the word I wanted. Had to look it up just because I was wondering. Okay. We're just going to put this stuff on really, really quickly. And we can sort out what's better later. At least this way we won't get frostbite. Because I'm being very forgetful and we're running around like crazy. But at least we got good weather. So yeah, anyway, this is where the bear is going to be at some point. Well, and we're going to go ahead and mark it because I always mark it. I don't even know why I do it. I mean, I know it's here. It never moves. This is the one bear cave that's always in the same spot. I actually think that might be true for the one in Broken Railroad as well. But, you know, other times there's different caves the bear will be in. But this one, there's only one bear on this map, and it's always here. And I still mark it every time. At least we're getting some antiseptic and things like that. Just wish we were finding something useful. I'm really hoping it's been worth this this journey. It's kind of a mad dash at the beginning, but it just kind of it makes it simpler. And this is supposed to be a little bit more of a relaxed survival experience, which I've been known to still make massive mistakes on and die for very silly reasons. So, you know, I think it'll still be entertaining for everyone despite a few little tweaks and cheats I have done. Really would like to get these rabbits. I missed. It was so cool. All I could think of, you missed. How could you miss? He was 3 feet from you. Yep. And I just threw one for no reason. Yeah. Anyway. Subscribe to my channel. It's a good time. Yeah. You'd never know I played this game for hundreds of hours, would you? Okay, we're now in a risk for hypothermia, but we're going to be in this cave here soon, which I realize I don't have a flare or anything. Why are these rabbits still running? Okay, they're calming down now. Okay, got that one. Sorry, bunny, but I'm gonna need your hide. Yeah, I wish we had a flare to get through this cave, because it's gonna end up being a little dark. Just sit and wait for these rabbits to calm down, because I'd want to get all three, because I need all three, I think, to make a hat. I think it's 4 for gloves, 3 for hats. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we've got... Always like to keep 2 rocks on me. Yeah, I have absolutely no means of lighting this, so this is going to be darker than I'd like it to be. So I personally like it when things are really lit up. It's easier just for me, as I can see. And I'm less likely to overlook something useful. But it's probably going to happen, and we'll come back to this cave at some point, I imagine. Just because I don't feel like I'm doing a good job getting everything. But I also don't want to be wandering around in the dark too much, because there's a piece of coal. It's not really super interesting to watch. At least we healed our hypothermia risk. So yeah, I mean, we'll come back. I mean, I always go over everything several times if I can. And I mean, this game is... takes open world to whole new levels, because we can do whatever. You know, if we want to come back here on day 200, we can. There's nothing stopping us as long as we still are surviving. Oh, we've got 2 deer carcasses up here. I don't know the last time I've actually had 2 spawn. That is funny. Usually there's just 1 up here. Wind sounded a little different than normal. I always wonder if they like sneak in a little extra additions, because sometimes they will when they do updates, and they don't say, oh yeah, we've updated this texture or that texture. You know, it's just there. Okay, this is the food cache. Please, okay, there's a flashlight which isn't useful to us. I can't use it right now. So we're really hoping there's like a flare or something on the counter. I can... Okay, that's... Where isn't... Come on, give us a flare or something. Like a regular flare. Their flashlight, which I don't need. Can't use them right now. They're only useful during an aurora. Yeah. Okay, hang on. There's got to be something of use here. Actually, there's a lot of use. It's just not what I need. A lot of matches. I just want to be able to light this up so you can see everything. And I'm finding everything else instead. Water. These will be set on matches for a while. I don't really want to complain about that, because matches are... Oh wow, MREs. It's one thing about playing on a lower difficulty, because you have so much loot you end up with. It's just a... Oh, finally, flare.
This'll come in handy.
Okay, I can light this up now. I don't mind using up one. So we can see what on earth I'm doing. It really, if it was Stalker or a higher level, I wouldn't waste a flare to do this. But Voyageur, I'm just not fussed about it. Get the prepper's pie recipe. And we will definitely be actually coming back through here because we need to come back to, well, we'll have to come here to this cache again for the trader quest line that we will eventually be doing whenever that's active. And I don't remember what order it goes in, but we'll have to visit every bunker more than likely to know what's where. Or which one's where, because there's 3 of them with supplies in them. There's this one, the hunter's one, and distress pistol's great. Yeah, the third one is kind of regarded as like the medicine one. It's got a lot of stuff like that in it. Wow, there's like so much great loot in this. Kind of excited to sort through it all. We're gonna leave those books. I always check the grades. Oops, did not mean to click that. I wanted to click this. Got loads of clothes. But yeah, we have a lot. This is a really this just got even easier. I mean, we still don't have a weapon, but we have loads of everything else. So yeah, it was totally worth using the flare, which I'm just gonna go ahead and toss. I'll pick it up later once it's burned out, because I like to keep Great Bear tidy. Let's see, we're heading towards evening. I only have 1 stone on me. I thought I had 2. I'd like to get one of these rabbits. Actually, I'd like to get both of them. No sense in complaining, because we'll need the food. Sorry, little bunny. Okay, so we're going to head back to town. We're going to come back up here as well eventually. Go to the plane crash, but I'm just not worried about that right now because there's not going to be anything super useful. I mean, there's some nice stuff, usually some accelerant and the special jackrabbit transport thermos, but the thermos is, I mean, they're all the same, it's just different colors, which they're just really fun to collect. It's kind of one of those little additions I thought was a really kind of, I don't know, it's fun in a game where things are trying to get you. Okay, we're gonna run across here and grab, oh, birch bark, cool. Get this sapling. No harm in getting some in advance. Yeah, I'm not gonna do like really heavy looting. I mean, I'm leaving a lot of stuff because we'll come back. We'll be back and better prepared. At the moment, we're just not prepared. Definitely picking up all the coal I see, so more spawn in. Oh, we've got a revolver. What is that noise? I've never heard that noise before. Kind of gave me that moment like, what is there, a snake just chilling out somewhere? But that's wrong game for that. Okay, so we now have a means of defense against wolves. This is not what I call the ideal option, but we have defense. I still prefer a bow, mostly because I have shot the ground so many times and startled myself that it's like I prefer a bow because you can't do that. I mean, I can't be the only person who has absolutely terrorized themselves in such a manner. This is always such a nice view of town. And I don't know. I always like the look. Okay, we have a few pieces to repair this transmitter at the moment, which we don't need to. It's not a rush to do it. We can't actually do anything until later. That's for the Tales storyline, which we don't have the handheld radio. We would have to go into the far territory to get the radio and then come back. But I kind of, since I was carrying those around, might as well put them in place. Now that we have done all that, we can go to grandmother's house and see what we have. We'll probably sleep for 2 hours once we're there, just to kind of get a little more energy back, and then we'll walk back to Paradise Meadow again and collect what stuff we didn't grab, and probably, I don't know how heavy we'll loot the town. I mean, we do have at least, the bear is going to be far away, so I don't have to worry about him. So it's just the wolves. And we've got quite a bit of other resources, but we'll see. I do kind of like to do town early because... Oh, hatchet, cool. Just for the sake of it. I really wish I could find a lantern, because this is making the house rather dark. But it's okay. What we can do is actually need to kind of chill out a minute. And we're going to eat up some time because we need to harvest these rabbits we're carrying around. They're just not something we should be carrying around. We don't have a... Yeah, I mean, it's going to eat some time, but it's okay. Yeah. Just, get this stuff out of our inventory. Go ahead, we'll eat some of these. I'm gonna worry about getting my hunger completely full, because we'll cook some rabbit once we've rested a little bit. I heard something else. I'm like hearing things today. It's a shame we hadn't found a knife yet, but maybe we will. There's usually one somewhere. It's actually quite possible we'll walk past it. It might have been actually at the church. Which, knowing my luck, yeah, I walked past it. But it's okay. Well, we can make what we've got work. We're using up a little extra more time than I wanted to, but we do have the revolver now, so we have means of... And the aurora just happened. Kind of funny for a first. Usually that doesn't happen on a first night that I've noticed in Voyageur. It happens a lot in higher difficulties. Oh, I forgot to feed my... Okay. That was really kind of dumb. Which means it'll take longer now to get... Yeah, okay, so I'm being really foolish. It's okay. Things you shouldn't do. Let your hunger meter get in the red. Because now it's going to take even longer to get the well-fed bonus. That's fine. We're still early on. It's less detrimental. Okay, so we're going to sleep for 2 hours. Just to get a little bit of energy back. I'd like to sleep for longer than that, but we're just not in a position to do so. I mean, we've got a means of defense, but it's...
Come on, little fire.
I just kind of prefer to have my base in different locations than I do at the moment, so just put enough on for an hour, I think. Put the cook pot there. It's not much at all. Okay, we'll just go ahead and eat that instantly. Just place these down. Do a whole bunch of... Okay, we only have 2 minutes on it, so we'll just rush that. And we'll take a torch so we can see. Yeah, see there's another cook pot here. And a skillet. Yeah, I'm debating on whether or not it's worth being so quick to get to Mystery Lake, which, I mean, we have a revolver, we're fine. So I might just kind of calm down and not rush. I mean, we'll get there. And kind of loot this area a little bit better. You know, just kind of be a little more methodical. I mean, the whole point is it's just to kind of be a little more relaxed. Okay, we got pancakes too. That's our second recipe already, which we can't do anything. Those are higher level ones. I'll just go ahead and toss that there and we'll go get another torch. Yeah, it shouldn't hurt. Yeah, we've got it. It's fine. More matches. Another cook pot. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to be a little calmer about this and maybe loot a little bit more methodically before making our way to Mystery Lake. I mean, there's no rush, not really. And we should be okay. I mean, we have something to keep the wolves at bay. And we're finding some really good clothes. So if we take some time to kind of repair some of the clothes we have found and just kind of be relaxed, I think that's a good idea. There's no point in rushing. Collect all the toilet water we can find, which is kind of another distress pistol. I mean, I'm so lucky to find so many today. We need to check what's behind here, but we're gonna have to wait because I bet the rabbit's about done cooking. I want to see what else here. Yeah, we're finding so much good stuff, and we'll see where that puts us with, protective items. Hides are the best, at least that I've found. Yeah. But we'll have a good start point, and I'm confident we shouldn't get into too much trouble immediately as long as foolish decisions aren't made. Which, possibly with me, that's up for debate. Okay, yeah. Got all this rabbit to eat. Some of it's kind of got close to getting burned, but it didn't, so we're okay. Just eat up all this rabbit. I didn't remember to check in the freezer or the fridge. Nothing in there anyway. Okay, so let's go back upstairs and see what's behind the curtain. Sometimes it's just a cup of coffee, sometimes it's something more. And today it's a cured maple sapling. Not gonna complain. Okay, we've got all these books and things. Just the house is a bit messy. Let's see, I got all that stuff curing, right? Yeah. Everything here is curing. Okay, we're gonna just take a moment and see what we've got in clothes. There's a lot that needs to be repaired. Yeah, we've been very lucky on some finds. Put the ski gloves on for now. These are a little better. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of rest up here and feel a little better. I mean, we're not in bad shape. It just makes sense to be a little more methodical. Since, this is just the beginning, there's loads of more time. We're gonna repair a few things, and we're gonna loot as much of the area as we can. And kind of dump everything off here and see what we want to take to Mystery Lake, or if we want to do several trips to Mystery Lake, back and forth to get what we need. And we'll get our clothes. We'll tear apart some of this other stuff we don't need. There's a lot of stuff we don't need. And we'll kind of upcycle that material and repair some of the clothes we're wearing now. I mean, we've got enough food and water to last for quite a while, and we don't have to worry about cabin fever on this difficulty, so all we have to do is try not to run into any trouble with some wolves, and we'll be in good shape. But we'll repair our clothes before we head out, and that should put us in a good position. Even if we do run into some trouble, it shouldn't completely ruin things. That's the idea at any rate. Let's see. I think we'll go. Oh, I didn't mean to eat something that large. I was thinking. Yeah, anyway, it's okay. I didn't waste it. It's fine. What we're going to do is we're just going to rest. We'll get some rest, and then we'll worry about preparing our clothes, Yeah, I mean, it's all good. Things are active now, but it's just some old story about, and eat some jerky and finish up the bar we started. Drink some more water. And that gets our levels at a good point, and we can just start harvesting any clothes we have and don't need. These lower quality ones that just aren't going to be what we're going to be worrying about at the moment. Since I'm not too worried about resources, I mean, it shouldn't be an issue, at least at the moment. I mean, we've got so much food, we should be fine to kind of dilly-dally a little bit. And then we can start stockpiling once we have made our way to Mystery Lake and we're at our kind of where we want to be. Which I won't mess around too much because there's a few things I want to be able to get to in Mystery Lake without having to worry about the cougar. So, but you know, it doesn't hurt to spend a day or two just kind of getting better prepared. You know, panicking and rushing really isn't the way to go if you want to survive in this game. So yeah, we can get away with spending a few days kind of getting things situated. And we'll come back and we'll loot this map or this region in a better mindset, better prepared. Let's see. I think I want to leave that. We'll take this one apart, but we'll leave the other one. And then we'll go ahead and we'll harvest these as well. Okay, then we'll have a little more to eat. Get our levels back up a little better, a little more. And then we'll rest. Probably don't need that much time. We'll wake up at a good hour. It's all good. And it's morning again, so we can see, which we'll have a little more to eat and drink. Then we can start repairing what we need to repair, just so we're better prepared for what's to come. Because I guarantee at some point we're going to have a run-in with a wolf. You know, you try not to, and it's going to happen. You know, mistakes are easily made. It's just thankfully at a lower difficulty like this, the game is a little more forgiving when that happens. Don't have too much to repair. But that way if something does happen, we were not at a huge risk of losing our clothes and having them get ruined. Kind of on the fence about repairing that because it's not a very nice hat and I'm going to tear it apart anyway. Same thing with that. I think we'll leave that alone for right now. This stuff's curing. Most of the stuff I haven't touched in this house is books. Actually, there's a scarf under the table. It's always easy to overlook something. So yeah, I think the next, we're later in the day, so it'll be warmer. I think the next leg we will do is we will make our way to the gas station, which I will take a cook pot and yeah, I'm gonna leave all this stuff here because I don't want to attract wolves with the smell from it. Just kind of make sure our levels are all up and good. In case we need it, here it is. Which there's actually, some of this is just so pretty. We're gonna come back, so it's okay. I'm not gonna rush. I'd like to make our way closer to Mystery Lake so I can just start dropping off what I don't need there instead of triple handling it. Still not used to seeing rabbits in town. I know that's where they've been for ages now, but it's not where they were before. Probably don't even have to have the revolver at the ready, but I'm prepared anyway. At least it's not too foggy. It's only a little foggy. Don't really like traveling in the fog that much. It's so easy to get turned around. It's just a curse for me. I just can't ever seem to not get lost in the fog. Just sometimes there's wolves around here. I wanted to stop, make sure I couldn't hear anything. I'm always a little bit suspicious when the game seems like it's being nice. There was a box of matches on the top of the... Okay. There's that. Got a few wires here, some scrap metal. And we are at the convenience store, and I think for right this second we are going to consider this a good stop point, and we can pick this up in the next episode. It's kind of easy to get lost in the whole process, but I will see you all. Whoops. So I pressed the wrong button. I don't even know what I'm doing. I will see you all in the next video, and we will continue this adventure. Thank you for joining me.